Hi Collective, welcome to my channel. I'm Crystal, a divine psychic medium here delivering messages from the higher realms. Alright, so we're going to get into this Chubby Bunny reading, right? This is a deck that I wanted to use since Easter, and I've had just so much going on. I haven't been able to do the fun, cute little reading. Alright, so I'm going to do a full reading on camera, but I was already just starting to meditate with the energy. I actually brought in a different deck, and then I just started pulling cards, and I felt like the reading that I've been trying to give since April was like ready, you know, because I know I've shuffled the deck and I've had it on my desk, right? And it's one of these things like there was a message meant to come out, and so anyways, I've already pulled some cards, and I want to go over what was coming out already. And then I'm going to get into the Tarot of the Oppositions too, but that'll be in a different reading because I feel it's significant because it's like I was starting with this deck and then I put it down and then I pulled up the bunny. I always pay attention to things like that, right? So the Tarot of Oppositions is really neat too because it's duality on the cards. I really feel there's like a duality, right? It's like you're going to be seeing something in a new light, and that's why I feel like those readings are going to go off of, they're going to build. I feel like this is going to be like part 1, that's going to be like part 2. Right? It might not be for everybody, but for some of you, it might fall that way. So, you know, I always say to check out multiple readings that I put together because they can build off of each other. So I felt to leave that there. Okay, so the Chubby Bunny. All right, I was just kind of freestyling the cards. But let me show you. So first of all, the bonus to this deck, which is the Happy Squirrel, was the very first card. To me, when I get a bonus that comes out in a reading to the deck that I'm working with, to me it's already like this, it's like a very lucky time. It's always like the universe is going to be orchestrating something, in other words. Whenever that happens, I don't know, it's just something that I do. So something very significant is going to be happening. And I know that I didn't get did I get a deck with this book? No, I didn't get a book with this deck, right? Because now they're doing all the QR codes to the Happy Squirrel. I'm going to hold it up if it'll zoom. Okay, let me see. All right, sorry, it won't work. Maybe I'll take a picture of it. And tag it, right? I think I'm gonna do a picture and put in my community post. I'm gonna start to do that for some of you, where if you want more of you want to take the reading a little bit further, for my tarot enthusiasts, right? And like especially the bonus cards, if you want the readings, right? And if I don't give them, because I can't tell you what it is. Now you could even just look it up too. The Chubby Bunny Happy Squirrel bonus card interpretation, right? But the digital decks are always free to get when you can take a picture of the QR code and pull it up. You can pull up so many decks, right? It's just neat, I think so, to be able to find out some of the creators, right? But the Happy Squirrel, I know that they cherish the squirrel is like supposed to be about abundance and luck, right? Their culture or something. So yeah, no. It was interesting too because I shuffled the deck and then this card was turned over right after I was shuffling, so it was definitely making sure I wasn't going to miss it. Like that's how it was too. That was also just very significant. I don't know, I don't know why I'm feeling to explain that. Okay, so anyway, that was the first card, right? So I took it out as the first card, and then 2 of Cups. Now, you know, 2 of Cups is, you know, a choice of lovers. You often see a choice. It's also the twins. And this deck, too, when I first started using it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's twin bunnies. But you can see the different headband colorings, which would represent feminine and masculine. So right away, I was like, wow, this is definitely about, like, twins, right? And then I was seeing the duality, right? So maybe you're seeing something. Maybe you're starting to see your reflection in your mirror, and you're starting to realize that, you know, your masculine, okay, or your Whatever you are, whichever side you're on. I read it a certain way. You can always flip it, like if you are masculine watching this, right? And, you know, then it's your feminine that I'm talking about instead of you. You can always flip the roles around. But there's this energy where it's like you're seeing a lot of your mirror, and you're starting to, through your twin, and you're starting to see that they're supposed to show you how to be, and that part that challenges you is what you need to work on, right? And it's like if you have too much of like your masculine energy coming out, you're going to be seeing that in your counterpart. If you have too much of your feminine energy, you're going to be seeing them too much in their feminine energy. But it's about finding that balance. Remember, it's really about seeing the mirror, right? I don't know why they said monkey see, monkey do. Like, I don't know. Like, there's just this mirroring energy that's just definitely going on. And it's like for some of you, you're going to get a new perspective. You're going to realize that like your twin and everything that they were doing was ultimately helping you work on what you needed to do. Maybe somebody's going to be getting some sort of realization, but that's why it's like when you do your work, that your twin does their work. It's like this big, somebody's going to be getting the big realization that exactly how you are is getting mirrored and amplified right back at you. So if you want to work on things and fix things, it's about doing that inner work, right? And healing yourself, right? There's some very tough decisions that are going to be made here, because then the Two of Swords came out, and I've been picking up on that a lot recently too, which is why I was like, yes, this is definitely in alignment with the energy. I've been feeling this 2-2 frequency and needing to make a very difficult decision, right? And really needing to trust and just sitting down, right? So it's like I feel you really got put in your place, or you got put in a situation that you couldn't get yourself out of, that you were forced to see it. It's just like what you resist persists. Like it's that energy. It's like you can't push away a problem. It's going to keep coming back. You have to face that problem. You have to make that change, right? You have to change the outcome, or the properties of it. There's a big change that needs to be made here. So 8 of Wands, there's fast movement that's leading towards a judgment. And this is where you need to use your discernment. I feel that whenever you make this decision, or you're going to quickly have to make this decision, it's more so you've been in this place for a while, but you're going to have to you're going to have to decide now. Like time's up. That's what I'm getting. What tape is stuck to me? That just caught my eye. I don't know. Maybe you've been stuck in a situation. Maybe you put tape on something and it's not holding anymore. Because I noticed I've been looking at a lot of tape recently today. Right? Like I've got like my little strip lights taped up. Sorry guys. And I noticed it when I was getting out of the shower today. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm surprised that tape is holding up my strip light. Right? Because when it gets moisture in the bathroom and stuff, I was really surprised that it stayed, but actually the strip light itself was already, self-adhesive or whatever, but we've moved it around quite a bit. So there's something about that, like something is like a temporary hold or a temporary fix. And you're noticing that. It's kind of like maybe you're noticing that your twin and everything that they were doing, that mirroring is temporary, or it was supposed to do something temporarily. A lot of you could be realizing that it was for preparations to prepare you. Okay. Because now we'll get into the rest of the cards that came out. So first, it was right after the judgment came out the King of Cups. So I was like, all right, somebody gets to make a judgment decision on a King of Cups. Right? So this could be a water sign, doesn't have to be, but I'm picking up a lot of water and a lot of emotions. I'm feeling that maybe this is someone that's very good at expressing their emotions and feelings, or just very loving energy, right? King of Cups, right? King of Cups can be emotionally detached too if there's woundings. Maybe so this could represent you. Like I'm picking up a lot of this mirroring energy, right? You could be showing a lot of of emotional insecurities or detachments, right, or something, because there's a decision that needs to be made here, right? So I'm not picking it up as just like a very, normally these are like the toughest decisions. They're normally not easy, right? There's normally things that you have to think about. And I'm getting this energy as it's like somebody was needing to do the work, somebody was needing to heal. So anyways, the King of Cups came out right after the Judgment. And next to that was Justice. So I was like, interesting, right? Then came the Emperor. I was like, wow. So there's an Emperor on one side of Justice and King of Cups on the other. For some of you, it was like you could have came into contact with the twin that was wounded, and you were supposed to heal each other and heal these wounds. And maybe for some of you, you were able to do that. And now this masculine energy comes out, because we have been seeing divine masculines awakening. And I seen something today, collectively, like I was going to read it about a divine masculine awakening, but maybe this is something with the eclipse too. My candle's reflecting off of here, but it was reminding me of the eclipse. So something very much could have happened during the solar eclipse. There could have been a mass awakening, something that integrated or awakened to you. Maybe this awakened to your masculine energy, or how you need to be the emperor and taking charge of control over your world. And like I said, by you doing that, it could trigger your counterpart or your twin. I like to say now, I was getting the download that they're different. For some, it could be the same, but for others of you, your twin, it was literally to marry you for soul growth. And you do have a counterpart, someone that is going to be an equal vibration to you. So that equally yoked, that's where that comes in. Because then some of you are saying divine masculine are getting that it's a frequency, right? And I've been getting a lot that there's new contracts for those that are not ready, for those that didn't ascend. Because I feel this Judgment too is having to do with the eclipse. Like that's kind of like, was like the time's up. It's like literally, it's like your last chance with the light codes that are coming in. It's like you're either on course for this or you're not. And if you're not, dun dun dun, just like as the trumpet sounds, dun dun dun, the Emperor arrives. So it's like either, and like I said, I'm picking it up multiple ways, right? For some of you, you did have a masculine, right, that awakened. For others of you, dun dun dun, somebody else has arrived. So there could be a very difficult choice point now. Or for some of you, it's literally just choosing yourself, right? And that's what the Two of Cups can represent, that self-love. And that difficult decision is for you choosing you and you taking authority over your world. And I know I hate that in readings, where it's like one way sounds so perfect, right? And you're like, oh, my rescue is here, my lover's, and you get all excited, and then you're like, wait a minute, now she's saying it could be like me. And like, you know, whatever this is, if this person, if you were relating this Two of Cups to a lover already, if they're there or not, there's so many energies. Let me tell you what, because then for some of you, you got someone coming back from the past, baby, too. And with that retrograde energy, because then they were showing me the King of Pentacles. I'm like, another figure? Really? Another person of authority? But then it was tied to the Queen of Cups, and then the World. Is this showing what is supposed to... I'm picking up so many different energies. These collective readings aggravate me sometimes, but I still put them out for all of y'all. Okay. There's this energy of, you know, a strong foundation, right? King and Queen, that's like solid. That's forever after. But with the World, I see that as universal energies. So this is universal energies aligning these two to come together and build a solid foundation. But then it's also an ending of a cycle. This could be an ending of a situation, a split, a separation of two that were together. Maybe marriages, things like that. Because some of these, or, you know, and if you're very committed to somebody, right? Especially if you're just boyfriend, girlfriend, but you're living together, been building a family together, things like that. To me, I consider that, you know, like a partnership, like a marriage, right? Some may wonder what I mean about that. So I just explained it. sometimes it's not a physical marriage, it's more like a spiritual marriage. Sometimes when you involve children too, it can be difficult, right? And like I've always said, you should never, just because you can't get along or decide to end a situation or relationship, that should never mean that just all of a sudden you pull the children out of it. Like, oh, you can never talk to them again because we're not together anymore. Things like that. Like, no. And I've always said children can have as many daddies and mommies as they want. You know, there as many to love as a child, better. Like, if I could have had multiple people there that could have made up for when my parents, you know, weren't there, that would have been more beautiful. So it's such a beautiful thing when, and even just friends sometimes. Like I was talking to some of my neighbors today and about the struggles I've been having with my son, and literally they were like, you know what, we're going to help you and your son. We're going to sign him up for some classes. And they did. And it's so beautiful that they're going to step in because they know that he needs more male father figure roles in, you know, and that is just so beautiful, right? And I feel so blessed to align with beautiful people like that, right? Because it's, you know, there's so many. I was talking to a man yesterday too that one of my friends, you know, that he's been through 2 marriages and he's never had any children, you know, and he's like, and I love kids, you know, if I would have got stuff together, you know, sooner would I. There's so many people out there that want to parent, and it's such a beautiful thing. So I don't know, I'm putting that out there. Okay, so just because you have a separation too doesn't mean that it's going to be, or you have to completely go ghost and not talk. And I feel this energy is more people are understanding of that too. They're bringing back this beautiful meme that I keep seeing. It's so beautiful. It was I think it's where a woman, yeah, she just had her new baby with her new boyfriend, and she had her son, and by a different father, and they were showing a picture of the 2 fathers together with the little boy, and they both had a bouquet of roses for her, and they both had some gifts, and they were walking to bring the little boy. So it was the new dad, and then it was the son of her child from her previous relationship, right, in her encounter. They were there both smiling with gifts for her. And it was so beautiful because, you know, people were commenting and it was like, why is they're not together anymore? Why is he bringing her flowers? Isn't the new boyfriend or dad going to get jealous? But do you see the beauty behind that card? Like, for one, he was showing the respect and honor that his mother deserves. And he was showing his son how you treat a woman, a mother, you know, with respect and honor. And, you know, and the new dad, just the respect and the honor alone that you could just feel coming off that photo, like it. And that's what it's about, you know. Just because they're not together anymore doesn't mean that he should be disrespecting the mother, you know. And a lot of people don't realize what it comes down to the children, right? I feel this big flow. People are starting to get out of these immature, jealous games. It was just so beautiful, though, to see. You know, those are going to grow up being some amazing children. Let me tell you what. And that's what I mean. I feel like more and more things are going to be happening like that. And I think what a lot of you are realizing, too, is like for some of you, it's like, even if you do have to separate from your twin, right, because you have different paths and things like that, they were meant as catalysts for some that are going down that path. It doesn't mean that you need to disconnect forever and like never talk anymore, because some of you, it's like, I'm getting this vibes like you're going to turn out to be like best friends. But you may have new relationships and situations because it's all about that we are all one duality of love and coming together. And I'm picking up a lot of kid vibes in these couples and the bunnies and the boat and things like that. It's like for some of you, maybe that's the hardest thing. Like you've been thinking like, well, I have to walk away from my twin. I have to let go. But how am I going to do that? Because you're forever like you will have that cord, that connection, right? But it's like you were meant to be catalysts for each other and always be there in the highs and the lows and helping each other. Like whenever you reach a challenging time in your life, your twin's going to appear to help because they can feel that. They can feel that they're needed, right? So that's what I mean. They're constantly meant to help you, but it's about changing that, because there's some of you could realize that they'll always be there and be supportive and be there for you, but it doesn't always have to be romantically, because sometimes it's like too much can be done. Like here's a for instance, like me and my twin, when we finally had our chance to come together, I'd already had 4 children. I've already had 4 children right by then, and he had to go, all right, well, you know, and it's been extremely challenging for him to try to take all of that on. I mean, my oldest is turning 18 in a few months, so she's got a lot of woundings from what her, you know, father had done, not being there for her, and at the same time, it's like she's too grown, you know, almost an adult, so it's like she challenges a lot, but then she gets jealous seeing him be there for my youngest daughter, which is only 5, because her father was not involved in her life after the age of 2, and he stepped right in and, you know, kind of took her. And so it's beautiful, but it was like it was easier for him, right? And so it's left a lot of challenging things, right? And especially like we've been building, you know, and it's like I keep saying how it's not fair that he shouldn't get to, you know, have all of these things, because, you know, to me it's like, as a mom, is I'm like, well, I knew I wanted to be a mom, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, I wanted to have my children, all of that, and I'm fine being at home raising my kids, but he's wanting to go out and have fun and do all of this stuff, and a lot of times he has to put his stuff back. And all right, so anyway, I don't want to put all my stuff out there, but you see what I mean? For some of you, you could be realizing that, yeah, you're at some major choice points, right? And that there could be endings here, but they don't always need to be dramatic as you may think, right? It's like sometimes making things more simple, right? Sometimes, maybe for some of you, like, there's a major transformation that's going on. Okay, for some of you, these new things are coming in, and it's not because you did anything wrong. It's just, it's time for them. Some of you don't realize you've went through these major activations, integrations, these higher level timelines. You've called in higher level soulmates. Like I'm getting for some of you, you each have called in a higher situation, a higher timeline, and it's going to send you in different pathways. But instead of seeing it as a challenging and a traumatic ending and things like that, it doesn't have to be that way. It's like for me, like I am really, really focused on building my business and my career and my spiritual path, right? And it's like I feel like I have to choose that more over love at this time, you know, and for like just enjoying, like to me, that is my joy. Right? And that takes a lot of isolation sometimes, right? Working with spirit and things like that. And it's like, for some of you, like you may have someone that's not like that really wants to just have fun, run around, do a lot of sport, like outdoor activities and all of that. And it's like, yeah, you can find a compromise and both of you do those things, but at the same time, like you're both, like this is where I feel that the divine's like realigning certain things, and you know, like neither one did anything wrong. It's just it's meant for you to go to these golden pathways. So I don't know, and this might even be where it's like, it might not even have to be like a full ending for some of you, but it's just like, you're making more time to be able to have more fun, and I don't know. It's like maybe for some of you, like if you were living together and doing all of that, and that was causing a lot of problems, maybe now you're not going to be living together, so that frees up more time for you to pursue your dreams, and just there's some sort of change that's going on here, and it's for all involved, and it's about this new perspective. That's why this Emperor could really just be you taking authority and action over your life, over your world. You just gotta kind of go with the flow and let things unfold. But this passionate new beginning is coming, right? And the Lovers is here, and there's this Tower. See, so that's why I'm more feeling there's ending here, because then there's this 9 of Pentacles, and there's this energy. And that's that single independent energy of knowing your worth and knowing what you're working for, right? These cards are so cute, right? But see, it's like Divine is orchestrating something. There could just be some adjustments to contracts. Like I said, for some of you, it's like there was supposed to be a union and a plan. It's like I always say, like, whoever blocks me, like when people are getting in the way, and I've always done this in my relationships and situations, and people are blocking me from like a spiritual work or building whatever, like I say, like, the universe is going to remove you. Like, it's really important for me to work on what I want to, and it's like, if you're not, I've always known that. Whoever holds you back and gets you sad and depressed, like, there's only a matter of time before they're going to get pulled away, and I'm going to move on. Like, things are always moved, and it's really the law. It's really like that for everybody. When things aren't in alignment with you anymore, the universe is going to move them away. And I've always known I'm very powerful. Like, I always align with what makes me feel happy. So things that don't, they get phased out. And this is where it's like the universe is aligning more like in higher vibrations, right? So there's, see, somebody's like walking away but going towards their ultimate happiness, their legacy. It's like somebody really wants to pursue their life's desire. Like, they want to leave something for their children, for this world, right? Wow. Oh my gosh. The signs in this. Wow. I love it when the universe wows me like this. Oh my gosh. Not all of you are going to understand this. For any of you that have been following my Facebook, you would understand it. I realize the sun and the Nine of Pentacles, it's like there's two. One's illuminating a lot brighter than the other. And I noticed it in the King of Pentacles, because I was looking at how that looks like a solar eclipse. And then I realized the two suns. And the sad face. And the rays. And then this one is so much brighter. It's white. And then the golden. I've been talking about how the sun has changed. And there's something blocking our real sun. It's being illuminated. It's being illuminated. Wow. And now I know why this is left on my desk. All right. Anyways, that's getting into something else. So, yeah, this is walking away. Somebody's being called to walk away. They have a higher mission path to serve here. And that's what it's about. Going after your dreams, your passions, your desires. Right? Something may not be fulfilling anymore. Something about a duality and a new perspective. Okay, 20:11 on the clock as I say that. All right, I'm going to leave this one here. I'm sending love and light to all of you. Watch whatever you feel guided to, know that. But if you do feel guided to more of this storyline, like I said, the Tarot of Oppositions, I felt to talk about at the beginning, so that's going to come out in the next reading. So whatever platform I put this on, I'll upload that one following this one. So they'll be down below in the description box. I'll try to link them together too if I remember. All right, love and light to all of you. Bye.